Should be alright now. Hello, everyone. Don't know what was going on there. How are we all doing? Should be alright now. Hello, everyone. Don't know what was going on there. Did you hear double, or...? Because I don't think you should have. Hello, okay, right. Right, I am... think we should be ready to do what needs to be done. So, I'm doing all right. How's everyone else doing? Maybe in the Marit line and Wooloo line. Well, what I'm going to be doing to just explain what I'm going to be doing on stream, is that I'm going to be just doing it via tier list. So essentially, the way it's going to work is that I'll be having a visual representation of all of them. And yeah. Just via tier list. And you can see what we've already done and all of that. I'll be refreshing the tier list per region, like per region of origin. So yeah, you'll see what I'm on about in a sec. I should edit this preset. I think that's cool. Do you know what? Let's have it be a bit yellow. Let's have it a bit be a light yellow, so it doesn't like destroy everyone's eyes, but that the text is illegible. And the text is going to be black. Yeah, so now that I can actually stream properly, essentially now, there we go. Got it up. So, right. Let's do Kanto Pokemon tier list. I mean, do you want to start with Kanto, everyone? I'll start with whatever region you want. For some reason... Oh, wait, no, it's just... Okay, right. What's a good Kanto Pokemon tier list? Says like every fully evolved Kanto. Actually, this should be all right. Yeah, it's got all of the Kanto Pokemon. Okay, good. So first of all, I just the watermark always goes at the top right, and it'll make it annoying to like see. I should probably just... There we go. Can we start with Paldea? We can do Paldea next. You know. So I think the next tier is in KELOT DEX. It's nice and straightforward. I'll just put question mark here. And then I'll put not in KELOT DEX. Or actually, no. Yeah, I'll put not in KELOT DEX. Oh, why is this the way that it... Oh, no. I'll just put not in KELOT. And then here I'll just put maybe DLC. And I don't think we need the other two rows. I'll color coordinate them a bit better. Green is the universal language of yes. Red is the universal language of no. White is the universal language of invisible. I'll make this yellow, and I'll make this pink. Yeah, pink. Why not? Can we do Chronio after Paldea? We can. I've already got Chronio set up on GIMP. Yeah. GIMP being my photo editing software, which I use to make all my thumbnails. So. Watermark. Huh? Wait, what do you mean, Master Mark tier? Do you mean watermark? Oh, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be saving it as an image. So, yeah, that's all. No need to worry about it. I'm not going to be using it. So, yeah. Right, so, I already think I need to add a new tier because, like, no, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. You can just get them. It'll be like a post-game sort of deal, but you can still get them. Because, like, Metagross is in the Hoenn DEX. That's post-game only. Yeah. Sure. Are we... Oh. This... Oh, you can't see them all. It's... I wonder... Aha! I can move it. Right. Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to see the... Oh, no. I think I need to make it... I need to make this smaller. There, I think that should be fine. Like how in Unova you could only use Unova until post-game. Not really. More so how you don't get Charmander until post-game in Galar. That's what I was more so thinking with this. I will probably be using my phone to do a wee bit of research here and there. Discuss amongst yourselves whether or not Caterpie should. I can see chat, so I'm not just like reading off my phone because ooh, my phone. Um, there's some mon that I kind of want to add for weird thematic reasons, and I did not prepare that in advance, so there. Far-fetched. That's not the mon we're on. We're doing them in order. So Caterpie isn't a Far-fetched, but should it be in the DEX is the question, and the answer is not Far-fetched. Caterpie, Vivillon, or Beautifly. We should only have one of them. I mean, we can have more than one. You know, it doesn't have to be the case, you know. Caterpie is just a butterfly, so I guess so. I mean, the thing is to note is that the KELOT region would be in the hypothetical games Pokemon Myth and Pokemon Legend, and the overall theme I've got for the DEX already is vaguely mythology, vaguely art, and also, you know, Wales and other Celtic areas too. Butterfree doesn't get enough love, so maybe. I mean, it appears quite often, I think. Bulbapedia is very annoying. I'm on Bulbapedia on my phone right now, and it's not loading. I think I'll put Caterpie in the maybe pile. I don't know if I should, but I'm making a Mexico South America region. Haven't done a thing and need help. Can anyone do it? Okay. Also making Fairy Desert Axolotl colors right now. Okay. I'll just put them in the maybe pile for now. We can think about them later. Weedle? Any strong opinions on Weedle? To Weedle or not to Weedle, that is the question. Has a needlehead thingy like a sword? I mean, I guess, yeah. Weedle has like almost like lance type things. They kind of look. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's vibes, right? Sometimes you just need vibes, and it's almost got like a lance and like. Screw it. Yeah, it's going in. It's going in. Vibes win. Love wins. Apologies, I'm looking off camera. And, yeah. Pidgey's next. I kind of want to get rid of this ad. Sorry that you're having to look at these cosmetics ads. But, unfortunately, tier lists too big. Too big. Pidgey. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just say if Pidgey isn't... I will say if Pidgey isn't going to be in the base decks, it will be in the DLC. Something to bear in mind. Bird Jesus, of course. And it is a regular bird. Sometimes not everything has to be fantastical in this region. So you know. I don't think I want street skin. What does that mean? What does that mean? What are you on about? What does that mean, Mr. Anima? That's weird. What do you mean? I think Pidgeot Mega based on Ra. I think we're vibing towards Pidgeot. Yeah. I think, considering the vibes going into Pidgey's favour, let's go for it. Now, time for Rattata. Now, Crony and Rattata won't return. Let's just say, I think there's only going to be one regional variant of a Pokemon. Like, one regional variant that's been introduced in the series between, like, the Cronian forms and the actual official variants that would return, and that would likely be Galarian Farfetch'd and only Galarian Farfetch'd. We can see what else would fit, really, but, oh, the ad was Harley for Street Skin. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Can I X out of it? Is there? Oh, I don't see any way to. Oh, there's ad choices, but oh no, it's just one of these things with Tier Maker. I just don't know how to do it. But yeah, Rattata is the one we're talking about right now. Give us the rat, man. Why? Why? Sell me the rat. Tell me why the rat. Explain to me why rat? I just want to know about the rat, to be honest. Why am I saying it like that? Cantonian Rattata hasn't been in a Dex for a while. Ultimately, I'm not looking at what has or hasn't been in Dexes for a while. I'm looking more towards, like, does it fit in this Dex? Is the thing. There was once a ban on rat traps in Wales, and rats infested a whole city. Sure. I'll go for that. Yeah. Spearow time. Spearow does deserve some more love, but the question is is it that does it need love here? Like, gonna be honest. I do think rats are cool, by the way. Yeah, I wasn't saying no to Rattata because rats, but, you know. Where is this region based on? Wales. So are these returning do these returning Pokemon fit Wales, essentially? Spira makes sense for Wales. Explain. Explain. I am paying attention to chat. I'm just also there's some prep work that I didn't do before stream that I am doing now. Reminds me of witches, but it's not based on witches right now, and I'm not making a variant that's based on witches. Also, how are witches specifically Welsh? I mean, there are like sorceresses and enchantresses and witches, but I do have a mon that will cover those. Could also be a scarecrow, but why? Yeah, I'm just like, why? Also, please do bear in mind that not everything can return. I don't know, just because I thought you said mythology. I did say mythology, but, like, it's... I'm not seeing the vision in this particular case. He's more South American than Welsh. Spiro? From the Kanto region? South American. Explain. I'm not convinced. He resembles a bird called an anhinga. Okay. It's in other regions as well, to be fair. So it's I think we've got a bit of it gives vibes. I'll mull it over. I'm not going to put it in the no category. I'll just put it in the question mark category because I'm not entirely seeing the vision, but I'm hearing you. With I'll think about it later. It'll just be a case of we'll have to see like how everything else is shaping up. So Ekans and Arbok. I'm gonna make an executive call and put them here. Read into that at your own volition. Pikachu and Raichu, I am also gonna make the call that yes, they'll be in KELOT. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. I'm just, yeah. Um, yeah. Uh, we have got, um, could be sort of related to Birds by Hitchcock, since the whole movie was murderous birds and Hitchcock was English. Okay? So nothing to do with Wales then. Also, we can't have all Birdmons. True, but we can have some. Not again. I've not got any quotas for anything. I feel like the KELOT DEX is balanced enough on its own. These are just, you know, what could be peppered about for more variety. Yeah, Cobras don't seem super Welsh. Cobras aren't in the UK. So if the yellow rat can be in, then Mimikyu can? I am thinking Mimikyu probably will be when we get there. I've got nothing against Mimikyu being in the KELOT decks, and I think it probably will be, not gonna lie. So, but we're not at that point yet. We are still, we are still looking at, it's Sandshrew next, I'm pretty sure. Uh, are there deserts in Wales? Or I mean, I mean there aren't, but KELOT isn't Wales. It's just based on Wales. As long as there is like a good justification. I mean, the whole reason I'm doing this now is so I can actually work on the map and see what biomes I really need. I'm not really too concerned about making it like 1-to-1 with Wales. Um, what about Morpeko, the relatable guy? Maybe. I'm sensing good vibes about Morpeko. Yes to them. Why? This is me actually going. Okay, you've got to pitch me these. I feel like these could maybe sit out. Yeah, there isn't a giant hole in Spain, so like, you know, it's not 1-to-1, guys. It's just it's KELOT's KELOT. That's the thing. KELOT is KELOT. Um, Sand. I mean, there will be a sort of beach area. There will be. There will be a beach area. Um, Uh, the reason I'm just like peering over here, it's because I have well, there are some mon that I may want to include. Um, yeah, there's some mon that I want to include, and I'm just noting them down. Sandile. I'm not entirely sure. I feel bad for leaving them out, so I'm going to put them in the maybe pile, but no guarantee. The Nidorans I will include. I was going to do something interesting with them, but I no longer am. But let's just say I'll explain why them specifically. So I'm actually writing down the stuff I've been writing down is actually a list of mon in certain areas in previous Pokemon games that geographically relate to where like geographically relate to some areas that I'm drawing some inspiration from. So the Nidoran line appeared in one of the routes in Kalos. There's this place in France called Brittany, and it's one of the Celtic nations, and I'm drawing some inspiration from that, so I'm thinking, why not? You know, even if there's mon that aren't strictly Celtic there. So, if it's Celtic enough for Pokemon to live there, in the Pokemon world, why not in KELOT? That's my thinking. So, a lot of work is kind of done for me in those places, but it's only a few routes in Kalos and a couple routes in Galar that I'm gonna try and stick to. Does that make sense, everyone? Can't say yes to everything. I do agree. There are quite a few things that will be said yes to. Yeah, so Clefairy. Can you hear me cutting out? I'm just sorry. I'm just sometimes I'm not talking. Uh, sorry about that. So any thoughts on Clefairy, anyone? I mean, in all fairness, its evolution is called Clefable. So I'm leaning towards yes, but we're getting a lot of yeses so far. I'm just like, I've got to say no at some point, right? Yeah, I mean, I mean, the thing is, it adds some variety in the design because there's going to be a bunch of Kantomon returning. Yeah, Clefairy fits pretty much every region. Yeah, but considering the gimmick's going to be called Fabled forms and this Pokemon's called Clefable, I kind of feel like we should. So, you know, um. Uh, oh, there's. I'm gonna be saying yes to a lot of Kantomon. To be fair, um, okay. What's next? Vulpix 90. That's annoying. Jigglypuff is not a counterpart. Yeah, Jigglypuff's not really a counterpart. It's another Pigmon found in the same area, so I'm probably not gonna. The thing is, there is gonna be other stuff to do with it, and it's like, I do feel like we don't want too many redundancies in the region, of course, but like, I'm not afraid of doubling up on things. That's the thing. I just want to make sure we've got like a good variety, and I feel like Jigglypuff and Clefairy shouldn't be mutually exclusive, but I do get the feeling that we're going to be saying yes to a lot of Mon. So, would it be a crime if someone made a non-cute Axolotl or Fake Mon? It's not a crime to make any Fake Mon, really. So, I will preempt, like, Vulpix and Ninetales we're going to be discussing, but I am going to preemptively put these in no. Sorry, Jigglypuff fans. I like Jigglypuff. But I feel like, yeah, Foxes fit the region, but it's Vulpix or Nickit. I don't think it has to be Vulpix or Nickit, to be honest. If it was Vulpix or Nickit, I would pick Vulpix. Not because I like it more, but because there's mainly because there's a Pokemon that has similar themes to Thievul. It looks completely different, so both could be in the DEX, but there's nothing really all that similar to Ninetales. Jigglypuff is just too similar to Clefable. I mean, they can both coexist in a DEX. They've done so before, but, you know. By the way, I could just put the Isle of Armor Dex in here, but that's like too many Pokemon for me to realistically justify. So a few routes in Galar, a few routes in specific routes. I'm not. I'm being very like they get the pass, but like the Isle of Armor would introduce too many. So I'm saying no to Jigglypuff for that reason. I love Jigglypuff, but Clefable better. I don't know. I prefer Wigglytuff to Clefable personally. I'm not letting my personal biases come in here unless if it's an absolute tiebreaker. But there's probably going to be some factor that justifies one over the other already. So yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, I think Vulpix and Ninetales are just going to be a yes. Because, like, come on. They're based on Kitsune, and that's cool. And also, Wales has foxes. I don't have a fox Fakemon, I don't think, in the wings. So, like, that's... yeah. We gonna be fine. We gonna be fine. Next it's Zubat. That's going to be an interesting one, because there's going to... I don't see the reason why we can't have more than one bat Pokemon. So, yeah, but I don't think we can have them all, because, like, we've got Zubat, we've got Woobat, we've got Noibat, and we've got, like, Draculop. So that's 4, and I don't think we need all 4, but we can have more than one. The question is, do we have Zubat? I don't see I don't think Zubat sees you either. Zubat's just a bit too conventional, I think. Because, like, everything else, there's either something tied to, like, Wales, tied to mythology, tied to, like, that medieval, like, vibe. Nothing really tied to art, but what's artistic about, the Zubat line? Crobat is awesome, we have bats, and I'd love the Noibat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether or not I should include every dragon type. I'm so tempted to. So Noibat, I'm feeling is gonna get in there. Fish gonna swim, birds gonna fly, and Zubat always gonna be in a region's caves as a loving annoyance. But we don't have to. We can be more unique. This could be more unique. I mean, do I have a poison flying type elsewhere? Because I don't think I do. That's the thing. It's got a unique type to it, and it's ooh, you know. There is a Welsh mythical creature that is a frog with bat wings, and I think a scorpion tail. I'm not making that poison type though. I'm gonna have him on based on that already. It's gonna be like a ground flying type. I've decided. Need more ground types. Woobat is the hard no from me. I've got Woobat written down. I'm afraid Woobat will likely be in there. That's the thing. I get the vibe. I'm gonna have to say Woobat and Noibat, I think. Because if we have 3, Nosferatu has an edge over Crobat, so I think we're gonna have to say no to Zubat. And that's a shame, because Crobat is one of my favourite Pokemon of all time. And that... It makes me feel sad. Oddish. So does Vileplume and Blossom, does that... I think we should, because Blossom, innit? I think Blossom alone, because it's like, it's nice and dancey, you know. And I'm, you know, dancing is important to Welsh culture, so I do think we should go for Oddish. We've not reached any... The only one we've reached in my Kanto cheat sheet so far is the Nidos, by the way. Yeah, Oddish is plant. Yeah, not all plants get to make it in, but I think Oddish should. I think Oddish is the right call. Paris. Not Paris. No, even though I'm bringing in some mon from Kalos, I mean, unless if I've written down Paris, but I don't see it. So, yeah, Paris, another plant. Any thoughts on Paris? If head empty, I'm probably just going to put question mark because I don't think there's anything specific about Paris. Nothing comes to mind with Paris specifically. Yes, to the Last of Us crabs. You're right. They are. Ooh. Ooh. I don't think I can do a hard no then. Paris is nummy. Explain nummy. Yeah. Mushrooms like fairy mushrooms, maybe? I am going to have a mon in the DEX that is sort of based on fairy mushrooms. Oh, pardon me. So, just as a heads up. Yeah, I think I will put in question mark. Question mark might be a death sentence, though, because I feel like a lot of things would be... Yeah, Venonat and Venomoth. Now, there is going to be a returning Mothmon in the DEX for sure. But I'm not on about this one. Do we have more than one? Do we have more than one? Parasect basically looks like a zombie. Yeah, but... Okay. Y'all are, like, convincing me a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it, you know? Let's do it. But what about the Venonat line? Venomoth. I think Venomoth's quite cute. The thing is, I am already going to have a moth Pokemon, so, like, other than Venomoth. So we're only thinking, like, if we're not sure on this, I could put in question mark, but, yeah. But why the Venom Boys? Why the Venom Boys? And no, don't just say, Venom from the MC, because it has nothing to do with that. There's nothing to do with that at all, so, like, you know. OBS Studio. Ooh, why did I just disconnect? Uh-oh, that does not sound good. Yeah, I think we do have to put question mark for now. Diglett. Who up for Diglett? Diglett do look like a whack-a-mole, and not gonna lie, that appeals to me. Because there's gonna be a theme park area based on a location called Barry Island. So if you've ever watched Gavin and Stacey, which is one of the most famous Welsh things ever, yeah, it's giving me vibes. Like, look, unless if I have any other reason to add Excadrill, like, here's the thing. If I had to pick between them, I'll add Diglett, right? Like, if there's a good reason for the Excadrill as well, I will add that too. But, like, in all honesty, I kind of just want to add Diglett. Because, oh no. Why is it giving me Gavin and Stacey vibes? We do not know. I think we should add Meowth and Persian. I'm not doing any variant of them. I think we should just add the original, to be honest. Mainly because the routes that I'm looking at in Galar have the Galarian version of them, so I'm like, why not just have just Meowth to reference that? I'm gonna have to use like the desktop version of Bulbapedia because scrolling's taking too long. Because I'm writing down the yeah. Fairy type Diglett. Why fairy type Diglett? May I ask? Psyduck, no. Psyduck, yes, actually. No, I am adding Psyduck. It all makes sense, trust me. The thing is, I want to add Annihilape into the Dex. Because it makes sense to do. Because I was doing research, and I was thinking, do I add another ghost type? Do I do a ghost type monkey? And we have a ghost type monkey. So I'm obliged because I want to have Annihilape in the Dex. So I have to add Mankey and Primeape. Fairy, because now it's a game thingy. But it's not, I mean, I'm not making a variant of them. I might be making a variant of Othermon. But, you know, I feel like we've got to add Growlithe and Arcanine. It's called the legendary Pokemon, so I do feel like I have to. Not gonna lie, there's gonna be some frog Pokemon already in the Dex. Do we really need Poliwrath and Politoed? Do we need them? Do we? I'm not convinced. Yeah, I love Growlithe. Growlithe's one of my favorite fire types of all time. I've used it a couple times. I used it in my first playthrough of Black 2, and I used a Hisuian Growlithe in well, Legends Arceus. Yeah, just to stop the decks being bloated. Like, there's not Poliwag fits the region, but why? Why does it fit this region specifically? Because, yeah, I don't think we should have it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Abra. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing on this one. I don't have anything on this one. Nor the Machop line, to be honest. I mean, with Machamp, I guess it looks kind of like Vishnu. You know, kinda. Eh. I think I'm gonna put both lines in question mark unless anyone gives me any reason not to. I feel like Homer in that Simpsons episode. Why? I'm just gonna put these in question mark tier. No one's really given me a reason. Bellsprout. Anyone got any ideas for Bellsprout? I have no idea what's going on. Well, basically, what we are doing is, for my new region, the KELOT region, based on Wales, just trying to see what Mon are going to be returning, essentially, trying to figure out that. Mainly so I can figure out what I'm doing with the map, what sort of Mon will live in the region. Yeah, that will help with that. So far, we've got the Kanto starters are going to be back, but you'll only obtain them in the post-game, as well as the Weedle line, the Pidgey line, the Rattata line, the Pikachu line, the Nidorans, the Clefairy line, Vulpix line, Oddish line, Pinsir line, not Pinsir, that's not Pinsir, Paris line, Diglett line, Meowth line, Psyduck line, Mankey line, and Growlithe line. Yeah, they're all returning. Everything else up to the Machop line, not sure. Bellsprout, due to being more tropical. Similar design to Daffodil. Yeah, I think it might be best to not have it. I'm going to put in no then. I'm going to put Tentacool in though. Because it's on my sheet. it's on my cheat sheet. So I'm afraid my hands are tied. It's on my cheat sheet. I'll finish writing my my cheat sheet is done. It's terrible jotted down on notes. Okay, so the Geodude line. Maybe. Is anyone else having trouble? Oh, my mic might not be picking up my voice if I'm too far away. Yeah. Geodude is next, by the way. Thoughts on Geodude? Thoughts on Geodude? Should Geodude return? Why Geodude? I know I said I'll stop checking my cheat sheet, but I'm waiting on someone to email me. I'll see if they have. They might not have. Nah. My email notification is reminding me that what's old school friend's birthday coming up. Moonpig's reminding me, and it's also my sister's birthday coming up. It's going to be my sister's birthday on Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. They'd fit a Snowden-based Snowden. Is that? Hold on. Yeah, the Geodude could basically fit anywhere, to be honest. Yeah. Hold on, I'm just gonna... Hold on. Move chat down a bit. Okay. That looks better. Alrighty. Yeah. There are other mountainous mon, to be honest. I wasn't familiar with what Snowden looked like. It's breathtaking. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Well, I type in Snowden, and then there's some places that's Snowdonia, but like... Well, yeah, actually, yeah, it's just so gorgeous, yeah. I think Geodude should be in the maybe pile then. If we're feeling good about it. But, if I feel like we're running low on, like, rock types, then yeah, why not? Ponyta. Who's up for Ponyta? Now, Rapidash is a unicorn. Unicorns are quite tied to Scotland, but they are mythical in general. In Cronio, Galarian Ponyta was the native Ponyta because it's, they leaned into the unicorn aspect. It felt like a very Scottish Pokemon to include, so I just felt like doing that. Here, if we are including Ponyta, where it's fire type, are we gonna pick the fire type Ponyta? I feel like it could work. I will say we do have a horse Pokemon already in the starter type Foleaf. Yeah. There may also be another horse that's gonna be a legendary, but we've not got a horse that's just a regular Pokemon. So I'm just wondering, should we just include Ponyta and Rapidash? It looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, like it. Yeah, I think yeah. I'm gonna say yes. I'm also gonna say yes to Slowpoke because it's it's on my cheat sheet. Magnemite is not on my cheat sheet. Do we go for Magnemite? I really like Magnemite. I really like Magnezone. I really like Magneton. I kind of want to say yeah, to be honest, because it's got that sort of alien vibe. Galar has Scorbunny and Bunnelby. Yeah. Yeah, it's same logic, because it's not... Because if you want a bunny and don't pick Score Bunny, that's not going to work out. So I'm gonna put Magnemite in. Sorry. Let's just say there's gonna be a Pokemon trainer that I think Magnemite line needs to be there for. Okay, I'm putting Farfetch'd in. It will be Galarian Farfetch'd. Just FYI, it will be Galarian Farfetch'd. Yeah. The Doduo line is next. I mean, you could argue Dodrio is a Hydra, but we also have Hydreigon, which is a dragon type. So if we got to pick one Hydra, we're picking the dragon one, aren't we, for Wales? Why am I speaking like that? Like, but love this line. They fit anywhere. Doduo. Yeah, well, okay, I said at the start of the stream, and it'll bear repeating. The only regional variant I think will return, and I'm not against including others. And I mean, heck, I might include Slowpoke, the Galarian Slowpoke line, but the only one that I definitely will include is Galarian Farfetch'd. That's, yeah. You think Dojo line can set? I was leaning to that as well, to be honest. I don't think they need considering. Seal and Dugong. I know it's very popular in the Fakemon community to turn them into Selkies. I've got another Fakemon line. I've got a Fakemon line in the Cronia region based on Selkies. Seal and Dugong aren't specifically. Also, let's just say ow. I was going to fidget with my pen, and I forgot I didn't have the lid on. Ow. Just stabbed myself. I think we don't need every Seal Pokemon, so I'm going to let them sit this one out. I'm not against them. Not against them. If you're a Seal and Dugong fan, I'm sorry. There's a reason. That's all I'm going to say. Grimer and Muck. They can fit anywhere, can't they? Grimer and Muck. They're not on my cheat sheet. This is a terribly written cheat sheet, but yeah, they're not on my cheat sheet. I can understand maybe not wanting to include Berserker since Chronio already had given it some love. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to be including the Galarian versions of Meowth, because the whole reason I put Cantonian Meowth there is because Galarian Meowth is found on a route that is on my... Let's just say Meowth's on my cheat sheet because it's found on a specific route in Galar. But, yeah. I'll mull it over with Meowth, to be honest. I'll mull it over with all of the decent candidates, but Farfetch'd for sure will be. As a reason why. Grimer. Probably because pollution. Yeah. I don't know if you'll get a resolution on these question mark ones. This is more so for me to process later and then be able to, well, A, show you all the full DEX of what's going to be in KELOT, but B, so I know what sort of environments there are. Poison types, let's be real, I think I'm going to be including Grimer and Muck for the poison type rep. Although that being said, the Oddish line is already in, and the Nidorans are already in. So we've already got poison types from Kanto. If you want your poison type Kanto fixed, I mean, they had a lot. So, you know. Shelder is on my cheat sheet. So, yeah. Shelder and Cloyster, they're on my cheat sheet. Is Ghastly? It's not. We need to discuss Ghastly. We need to discuss it. Imagine if I didn't have Gengar. Imagine if KELOT doesn't have a Gengar population, doesn't have a Ghastly population. Imagine. I mean, as I said, there's already quite a lot of poison types, and there will be quite a few ghost types. Ghost types fit the region a lot. In fact, both of the legendaries are ghost type. Both of the box legendaries are ghost type. So, you know, it's not as if the region's going to be devoid of ghost type. So not including the only ghost type from Kanto, I don't think is the biggest sin in the world. But what do you guys think? I'm surprised we haven't gotten Poison Water Grimer variant at all, unless I look. I mean, yeah, I think it is already based on oil spills. And oil spills are a bad thing, hence why it's a dark type. I'm pretty sure. I'll probably make a video on it at some point in the future. But Ghastly. Ghastly line. I am tempted just to put it in question mark because on the one hand, it would feel weird not to have it, right? Right? Gengar is... it's a bit too popular, isn't it? But on the other hand... on the other hand, be like Unova with the Ghastly line. Maybe. I'm parched. I'm gonna grab myself a drink. For now, I'll put the Ghastly line in question mark. Because, yeah, it'll be a bit weird not to have it. But on the other hand, do we really need it? Actually, I'll speed fire with these, because I am going to include the Drowsy line. And the Krabby line's on my cheat sheet, so, you know, why not? So, Onyx is not on my cheat sheet. Onyx is the one next. Let's discuss Onyx. I'll read chat soon. I'm going to grab myself a drink. Feel free to discuss, and then I'll read it, and then I'll also discuss Voltorb if you want. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back, everyone. Right. Let's see how we feel about Onyx. Just gonna shut my door. I'm gonna turn on me light. Hello, everyone. It is me, Dr. Evie, and Onyx should be included so we can have Steelix, but why should we have Steelix? Onyx, same case as Geodude. It seems mythological in nature. Yeah, I guess it's like, you know, it could evoke the, you know. Okay, we've got mixed views on Voltorb. I think I will put Onyx in question mark because I'm warming to the idea, but we'll see. Voltorb, Electrode. No, not for now. Execute is on my cheat sheet. Sorry about I keep bringing up the cheat sheet. Thing is with Executor, it has a Dragon type regional variant. And to me, that seems important. Should we have every Dragon type in the return? Should we? I think that would be fun. Cubone's gonna be an interesting one to talk about. I will have a Fakemon based on the Mary Lloyd, which is this like horse skull that gets dressed up and paraded about. So the question is, would that clash with Cubone? Should I include Cubone? Should I include Marowak? Considering I've already got a Mon that wears a skull. It's got a similar sort of vibe to Cubone. Not completely. It's got a completely different concept and channels itself differently. I am kind of leaning towards yes, because Alolan Marowak is a dancer. So perhaps there could be an in-game trade for an Alolan Marowak, and you could have one on your team. I've just talked myself into it. Sorry guys, no discussion. Alolan Marowak. I think we should have the Hitmons for a similar reason, because Hitmontop. Yeah, Hitmontop. Because Hitmontop is a dancer, right? Executor I don't think suits Wales when even as a dragon, so if we cut that, that's what. Maybe, but like, well, A, it's on my cheat sheet, and B, I kind of like the idea of it being, you know, dragon. You can have another dragon. Although perhaps it could be very rare. Perhaps it could be a rare spawn somewhere. I'm fine with taking some liberties, because, you know, palm trees aren't really found in Tokyo either. So, or the greater Tokyo area either. So, Execute doesn't really fit the Kanto region, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, maybe there could be a Safari Zone. Maybe. But yeah, for the Hitmontop's a dancer. It dances, you know. Gives me breakdancing vibes. So I think these fighting types make sense, you know. I'm not opposed to them. Lickitung is next. Not gonna lie, I don't really see a place for Lickitung here. I'm not against it. Not feeling it for this region in particular. Because like this theme that I'm going for, and it's like, would it work? There's plenty of other normal types in the region. There's mononormal types even. There's going to be many, like I mean the Rattata line, of course, but you know. I thought Execute was found in the Safari Zone in Cantonians. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is as well. Perhaps KELOT could have a Safari Zone. For some of the wilder picks here. But I like the idea that it's fantastical enough that you could just find an Execute somewhere. I think I'm going to put Lickitung in no. Not against it, though. I'm going to put the Coughing Line in maybe. Yeah. It's gonna be a case of you'll see. Rhyhorn's on the cheat sheet. Yeah. This is already... I mean, the thing is, it's going to be, like... Most modern Pokedexes are somewhat big anyways. So, you know... I'm gonna... Yeah. The thing is, they're found in the place in Galar, or one of the places in Galar, that's based on Wales. So if it's Welsh enough for Pokemon, I'm gonna put it here, you know? And also it adds variety. I feel like if we're too rigid, we're not gonna have too much variety, and yeah. Because here's the thing, rhinos aren't that important to Welsh culture, but if they were so important to another culture, they would make a new rhino Pokemon, right? So, yeah. My reasoning may be inconsistent, but eh. Chansey. I kind of want to put in question mark, mainly because part of me feels like it would be good to have all the Nurse Joy Pokemon, but, like, I don't know if that needs to be the case, because the NHS was made in Wales, and, like, you know, or is made by a Welshman, so it's a Welsh invention, you know? I wonder if I plan to split the deck sections like in Kalos. Probably not. Probably not. That could probably alleviate the deck split problem. Yeah, but the Kalos Dex isn't that much bigger than the Paldea Dex. So... And the Paldea Dex doesn't have a deck split. So... I don't see the issue. I mean, ultimately speaking, there's, like... Yes, this is quite a few... But, currently we've got 67 here, but that's not going to be... Not everything's going to make it in, is the thing. And, you know... This is just hypothetical anyway. EXP farming, main reason. I'll put in maybe. Because Ordino's also EXP farming, isn't it? So... I don't know, we'll see. Tangela. Bundle of Vines. I'm not sure about Tangela. Not entirely sure. Yeah, Tangela and Kangaskhan, no. I was probably going to put Kangaskhan in no. I'm related to the tiering, but does anyone else think of the 90s McDonald's advertising when they look at Tangela specifically? Not really. I wasn't born in the 90s, so I wasn't around in the 90s, so that's not a thing. Horsey. Right. Everyone, debate socks on. Horsey becomes dragon type. Do we add it for dragon type purposes? I'm leaning towards yes, but still, I kind of just want to put it in. I I kind of wanna just put in yes and move on. Does anyone have any objections? Barely qualify as a 90s kid because being born in 98. Yeah, so something that I think people who are older than me who watch my videos might be a bit weirded out by is the fact that I was born after 9/11. Like that is yeah, that I grew up in a post that part of history time. That, you know, it's yeah. I think people might be weirded out by that fact because it's like, wait, why are you so young? Because I look like this. So it's like, you know, yeah, like not every dragon type's gonna come back, obviously. Because I'm not gonna bring back a dragon type if it's like an ultra beast or like a starter, per se, I should say, or like if it's a legendary, or if it's a paradox Pokemon. If it's quite difficult to try and like justify, if it's basically impossible to justify it roaming around, then no, I'm not going to include it. I'm tired of that. I got a brother that was born in 2002. I was born in 2002. Yeah, I was born in February. I'm 23, so there we go. I don't have any I don't have any good reason for Goldeen. It's just there. Staryu cheat sheet, I'm gonna include it, but you know it's good variety. Mr. Mime's also on the cheat sheet. Regular Mr. Mime. Actually, I don't know whether or not I'm gonna include the regular Mr. Mime or the Galarian Mr. Mime. They both have very good reason. Regular Mr. Mime, I mean, mime artists in France tend to wear something that originated in Brittany, and I'm using Breton influences in the region. But also, Mr. Mime's a tap dancer, and tap dancing specifically is Welsh coded, so maybe we'll see. We'll see, but I think Mr. Mime is a very strong, let's bring him back. Why not? You know, this feels right for the region. Scyther. I don't know. I don't know about Scyther. I don't know. I don't know about Scyther, guys. Should I? Should I include Scyther? Because I'm going to be including Pinsir and Heracross, but should I include Scyther? It doesn't really feel like something I probably should. You know, Scyther. Yeah, the other can be tradable in the region. Yeah, that's the thing. If one of the Mr. Mimes is gonna be in the region, the other one will be tradable for sure. But either way, Mr. Mime's gonna be in the region. If you include Cypher, would you include Cleaver as well? I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to potentially including Cleaver in like DLC, maybe, but like Scyther as is. I mean, it would depend. Like, is the Black Augurite going to be a thing? Maybe. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't think there's good enough reason for Scyther. So it hurts, but I think I'm going to put Scyther here. Because, like, Pinsir and Heracross can just coexist with one another and not Scyther. I'm also going to put Jinx here. I don't want Jinx. Not gonna lie, if Jinx wasn't Jinx, right? If Jinx didn't come with all the baggage Jinx came with, I would consider it. But if Jinx, I'm not opposed to Jinx's design apart from the fact that it was controversial and that has baggage, and I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I might add Scyther for DLC. Do you know what? I'll move Scyther down to DLC. Maybe DLC. I feel like we've got a string of things that should come back. Because, like, the question is, Electabuzz and Magmar. Because the thing is, you look at this, and how many electric types do you see? I just see Pikachu, right? And Magnemite. So I feel like Electabuzz could be cool. Electabuzz and Magmar are already based on, like, Oni and other yokai, and I feel like just because it's not Welsh doesn't mean it can't be in the region, and I feel like that would add intrigue to the decks. Pinsir is on my cheat sheet, and also, like, beetles are in Wales, so that's fine. Tauros, it's a bull. See no reason not to include a bull. Magikarp and Gyarados, I mean, come on. They're in, like, every region, right? And, like, it's based on a mythological legend, and I feel like that works for this region. So do you know what? Yeah, same thing with Lapras. It's got so many reasons. Ditto. Yeah, including that as well, because, come on, why can't I? You know, Eevee, it's, you know, it's a staple. God, we're rapid firing. Oh my gosh. Porygon, I mean, we've got the Porygon wheelchair. I think we should include it. God, I am blazing through the rest of the decks, and I know I'm saying so many yeses, but fossils, I think we should wait for DLC, maybe. As for, like, any legendaries and mythicals. Right, so we're down to our final four. Snorlax. Do we include Snorlax? We so far got 85 Kantomon, which... but, like... Yeah, if Eevee is included, what does that mean for the non-regional evolutions Cronio introduced? Well, they're in too. Yeah, like quite literally, that string of Kantomon all really fit. And I just can't not, you know? Snorlax, absolutely. I'm tempted to put Snorlax in, but give me a stronger reason. I mean, it is based on one of the game designers, isn't it? It is based on a literal artist. Oh, and that makes me want to add the Abra lines and the... Oh. Do you know what? Snorlax DLC, maybe? I think I'm gonna put Snorlax in just regular old question mark. Does Wales even have bears? No, but this KELOT is based on Wales, but, like, you know, we can play fast and loose with it, right? Just as long as it thematically works. It's based on a literal artist. I can't not. I'm sorry. I think I have to. That leaves the Dratini line. Right. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. Would dragon? Dragon? Draconis? Dragon? Do we add dragon? Do we add the dragon type? I'd argue we should have the dragon type mon. We should have the OG dragons. That would feel fitting. Yeah, it's a mukbang now. Yeah, I think we should include it. I like how I was just waiting for permission. Right. So... That's 89. I mean, it's basically just 80 plus the counter starters, really. So, right. What region does everyone want to do next? I'm happy to do Cronio. That, you know, I would have to switch my setup a bit. Happy to do Paldea. Happy to do any region, really. So... Question, do you play Cricky Run Kingdom? I do not. Cronio. Someone really wants Cronio. Johto. Johto. Ooh. I'm seeing many... Oh, okay. I see 1 Cronio, 2 Johto, 1 Paldea. Oh, someone's saying Cronio and Paldea. Cover the cross-gen regions first. I mean, that could include Cronio. If I'm going to do that, I might as well go in order, right? Okay. I see more people saying Johto, so let's do Johto Pokemon. Why are these here? What? Oh, I guess it's the cross gens. Right. Watermark, just so it's easier for me to, like, see what I've done later. Okay, I guess I'm not editing the text there. So I'm going to put in KELOT. Oh, for goodness sake. Question mark. Not in KELOT. Maybe in DLC. Right. Starters, I'm just gonna say maybe in DLC for every region. Okay. Alola just for Mimikyu. I mean, I will probably put Mimikyu in, but how are we feeling about Sentret? Not gonna lie, I don't feel... to be honest. I don't see what Sentret and Furret could give that other normal types could, you know. Does anyone have any strong thoughts on Sentient Ferret? Because if not, I'm probably going to put them in not. Like, unless if there's any way you can make me see it in a different way. I can see the non-Gen 2 Mon being put in watermark for the sake of prioritizing the Gen 2 stuff. Yeah, but, like, the non-Gen 2 Mon are there because they're the cross-gens, but, like, I've already considered them, so I'll know if, like, it's a yes or a no, or... I'll put them in question mark if I've forgotten, you know. Like, I know they're cute, but we can't put every cute thing in. Is the thing. I think Grass is cute, and we've put Rattata in, but I also think Jigglypuff's cute, and we put it in not. So I think I'm gonna put it in question mark, to be honest, because I don't need to say maybe in DLC, because maybe in DLC is basically a no, but also perhaps in DLC, because I know what I know what I'm planning. I know what I'm planning, and yeah. Hoot Hoot and Noctowl. I already have an owl themed Mon in the region. Am I going to go through all the regions today? It depends. I'm going to go to bed in about 2 hours, so maybe not. I might stay up a little later, but, like, you know, I've got work in the morning. If I don't finish this today, I can stream tomorrow. And I'll stream each day until I'm done. Oh, I can close this. Can I close this vote? I don't think I can. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Hutu. I think I'm just going to put them here. I like their designs. They're cool designs. Don't know. Don't know about them. Leddyburn Ledian. Alola had both Hoothoot and Rowlet. Yeah, but the thing is, one of them's a starter, so it's a bit different. Because I have a Mon that isn't a starter, that's an owl. So I'm not against doing it, but I don't see any reason for. Yeah, I've got an owl wizard. So there you go. Know if I have an owl already. I mean, I can have more than one owl. I'm just not entirely convinced I should, you know? But I'm also not entirely convinced I shouldn't. So I've put in question mark because I think I should mull it over some more. Leddyburn Ledian. Leddyburn, yes. Now, why is that? I do kind of want to put Ledian in because Ladybird's a common here. Okay. I could also have Orbital as well. But I think I could have both, right? Because I think both offer different vibes. And these are both vibes that I'm alright with to coexist, right? I don't think they have to be mutually exclusive. So yeah, Galar has both Delibird and Ice-Cube, so you know, I'll say yes, they are. I'll also put Spinarak and Ariados there. You'll see why. Crobat, no, we've already decided about Zubat. Chinchou and Lantern. Is there anything thematic about them that I should be thinking about? I'm leaning towards no for them. Even though they're like the only water electric type, I'm still leaning towards no. By the way, Megas aren't returning, so I'm not even gonna entertain that. While you guys mull over, Chin Chow, I'm gonna just move all these to the bottom because we don't need them. I think Megatyrant is the last one. Okay. Love the Chinchou line, but I don't see a reason for them here specific. Just a reminder for everyone in case anyone's forgotten or is new to the stream. KELOT's theme is going to be a mix of general Welshness, of course, but also whether that be wildlife or cultural aspects and just overlap, you know. But also, you know, mythology, you know, if it feels like it's got a sort of mythological basis behind it. Like, I'm not necessarily being strict with that, but, you know, as long, you know, if it feels like it fits and it's got that sort of mythological basis, you know, sure. But also artisanal art stuff, whether that be just the arts in general, whether that be, you know, painting or acting or dancing or sculpting or just any form of art form, really. Wales is also known for sheep. Yeah. Thing is, we've got babies next. Pichu, we said yes. Cleffa, we said yes. Igglybuff, no. Togepi, I'm also going to say yes. As well as Togetic. Natu and Xatu. They are called the mystical Pokemon, right? Or something like that. They've got the same category as Flygon. Do we include them? I'm leaning towards maybe yes. I know they're not. I know it's Wales, not Native America, but like still like I think that sort of mythological standpoint feels right for the region. And of course the Mareep line, it's sheep. It's sheep, I'm including them. And also Ampharos becomes a dragon type. Blossom, we already said yes. I'm going to say maybe for Marill and Azumarill. You may understand why. I'm going to say yes to Sudowoodo. Because, and this is important, right? This is important. Sudowoodo is pretending to be a tree. It is an actor. It is acting. So, yeah, I'm going to say yes to that. Politoed, we already said no to this line. Okay, Hoppip. The Hoppip line. Yes, dandelions, I'm pretty sure, are common in Wales. But I get the feeling Eldegoss fits better. I think I picked Jumpluff over Eldegoss in Cronio, so I think... Yeah. I feel like lore does, but design, no. Design isn't really all that important, just as long as it's got the right themes, and I've mentioned the three-pronged themes I'm going with. Yeah, Pseudo-Wudo's such a good reason. Yeah, like, I feel like if I'm gonna do that, you know, if I'm gonna use the arts as a theme, Pseudo-Wudo really fits, so I might include it on, like, the Rock-type gym leader, I'm pretty sure is gonna be an actor. That's what I've currently got written down, so I think I'm gonna have Pseudo-Wudo on their team, so... There you go. I don't know about Jumpluff. I don't know. Eldegoss feels right because it's got that sort of almost like druidic inspiration look, that sort of pagan look, that sort of like neo-Celt look. So I'm gonna say no, but only because I want to include Eldegoss later. Now, Apom and Ambipom. Are we going to say yes or no? It's got a big hand. Oh, yeah, no, Mimikyu. Let's be... Okay, I'm just going to say Mimikyu's probably going to be in it. Or not, actually, yeah, definitely. I don't see any reason not to have Mimikyu. Mimikyu's got a load of reasons why it should be in KELOT. So, I'm gonna include Mimikyu. That's gonna be your little spoiler. But Apom. Yeah, I don't know about Apom. I don't know. Because monkeys aren't really... a native to Wales, of course, I'm pretty sure. But it's not all about the nativity of it, but it's themes. But I also don't think Ambipom really has the themes, you know. I'm gonna say no. You see, like, we're not adding that many Jotomon here. So each region introduces different Mon that feel good. And I think Kanto just happens to have a lot of good fits. So, you know. Suncurrent and Sunflora. I've got other sun-themed Mon. How Welsh are sunflowers? Because I think I did try and look it up, and I didn't see anything that really made me go, I want a Sunflora evolution, and I want it now. You know? Because, yeah, if I did, then it would be no contest, I'd have put it in. But I may not... You know, the most Welsh thing about sunflowers to me is basically... they were in an episode of Doctor Who. Doctor Who's filmed in Wales. But, like, ultimately, it's not really... Like, if I'm going to do Doctor Who references, right, they need to be, like, pretty overtly and pretty justified, right? Because doing references to other pieces of media, I don't really, you know... I kind of want to avoid that as much as I can, because, like, you know, but, like, obviously I'm open to it, but, like, at the same time, I feel like that would be a very weak reason to include Sunflora. So, if there's any other reason, sure, but I just don't know. I just don't know. I think they're a question mark for me as well, Joey. Yeah, love Doctor Who as well. Yeah, Doctor Who. I'm a big fan of Doctor Who. I really liked yesterday's episode as well. So good. Loved it. Brilliant. 12 points, if you will. And to be honest, yeah, there were some things in it that really kind of fan brain me, like, or it overshadows the episode. But realistically, the episode itself was really good. I can separate it because it is just that good. So yeah, it was set in France, and I think some of it was filmed in France, but other parts of it were, I mean, largely Doctor Who's produced in Wales was my point. I don't know how much location work they did though for that episode, like actually in France. The episode is entirely set within France, set in 2010 Paris and then Florence. Yeah, but I love it. It's my favorite episode of Matt Smith as the Doctor. It's just so beautiful and it's so good. Okay, Yanma is on my cheat sheet. Okay, so there is a strong chance that Yanma and Flygon will both be in this DEX. I am also introducing other Dragonflymon, but I do think all three of them could coexist. Oh yeah, I've watched all the classic ones too. I love the classic series. My favourite Doctor's McCoy. Like he's great. He's fun. And funnily enough, he had a serial set in Wales. I'm not referencing that. I'm not referencing that. I think that would be a bit too silly to reference, but yeah. Oh yeah, I loved the barbershop one. It's so good. I don't know what my favourite this season is, because it's been really good. Like, it says a lot that episode 1 was the weakest, and it's still pretty good. So, if the finale sticks to the landing, it's probably going to be one of my favourite seasons of them all, to be honest. Okay, dragonflies. Wales does have dragonflies. I looked it up. Because there's going to be a Dragonflymon in KELOT. Yanma is already on my cheat sheet, but also dragonflies are in Wales. There's no reason not to include Yanma. I may also include Flygon. I'm also going to have an original Dragonflymon. Would that be too much? Maybe, but I don't really care. It's a dragonfly. The animal is found in Wales. Dragon. Even though this one's not a dragon type, so what? A variety. They're all going to be different types. Delta and the Bandman. Yeah, it's fun. It's underrated. Like, not gonna lie, not gonna pretend it's a masterpiece, right? It's not. But I still like it. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, you know? I like it. It's pretty good. But bee drills and the beekeeper. The beekeeper's the best part of Delta and the Bannerman. Sorry. Like it's the best part. I don't want to derail this into a lot of Doctor Who talk. But let's just say Doctor Who being the thing that kind of it pioneered the Welsh TV industry, like the TV and film industry, and also the most famous monster from Doctor Who was created by someone born in Wales. So, you know, bit of foreshadowing there. Isn't Flygon an antlion, though? I'm pretty sure Trapinch is an antlion, but I'm pretty sure Flygon's a dragonfly. Yeah, I liked the barbershop one. I didn't find it dull. I found it fascinating. It just felt so different and unique. Whooper. I don't know. I really don't know. I like Whooper. Whooper. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to put Unknown in, not just because it's got this whole mythology connection, but also it is literally letters, writing, you know, it makes sense to include, you know? Unfortunately, it makes a lot of sense. So I will include it. It's just, Whooper. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Do I actually have it on? I don't see Whooper on my cheat sheet. And I can't think of a reason to include Wooper. I like Quagsire a lot. I like Wooper and Quagsire. I don't know. So I'm leaning towards no. Does anyone object? Does anyone object to me saying no to Wooper? While I wait for a response, Midnight. I remember it scaring me as a kid, and it's so good. It's so good. I love Midnight. One of the best episodes of all time. I didn't mind the sequel either. I thought that was also really good, surprisingly. Yeah, Wooper's adorable, but probably not. How many areas in Wales have marshlands? Might warrant an ecological inclusion. Maybe. That being said, I think we do have some mon that could fit a marshland area already, and I could have a look. And I mean, ultimately speaking, we don't have to include every biome that's in Wales, and not every and we can include biomes that aren't in Wales. KELOT is just a fictional place that it takes inspiration from Wales. If there's a biome that needs to be there for the Pokemon that are there, then yeah, I'll include it, regardless. But yeah. I'm gonna put Wooper in no. Espeon and Umbreon, I mean, Eevee's being included. Okay, I'm gonna put Slowking here because Slowpoke. But what about Murkrow and Misdreavus? I'm kind of leaning toward yes. Murkrow and Misdreavus. I'm not entirely sure. Isn't Misdreavus based on a Banshee? Could give it a headweight, maybe? I mean, Misdreavus is also a witch, and it feels like, the thing is, even though Spearow gave people witch vibes, I think this is a stronger case. It's got a stronger case. I think we should include both. You know, I think we should include both. Murkrow and Misdreavus. Also, we said we'd include Unknown. Of course. Wobbuffet's on the cheat sheet. I think that's a good idea. Right. I've got a case for Girafarig. I've got a case for Girafarig. For Farigiraf, looks like it's a fashion icon. It looks like, you know, it could be like a sort of runway model type thing because it's wearing itself in a way. Right? So if we include Farigiraf, that would naturally mean we'd have to include Girafarig. Fashion. Are we seeing the vision? Because I think we should include it, maybe. But if you tell me, you're allowed to disagree with me. You're allowed to disagree with me, and you're allowed to push, like, no, this is a terrible idea, and here is why. Number one, it's not wearing itself, blah, 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 you know, that sort of thing. You're allowed to say that. I just want to hear your opinions on this. I feel like I'm very strong in my conviction about Sudowoodo, because that is a really good idea. I think Farigiraf might be... Oh, Farigiraf was on the team of Gym Leader, who was a makeup modeler in her spare time. You say it doesn't help, but I think it does. That's making me go, it's a stronger case. Pineco and Fortress. Not gonna lie, I'm also leaning on yes, because here's the thing, it's a bagworm. It's basically dressing up, right? Um, and fortress is like a sort of, it's a fortress, it's a castle. So, I will say, I will say, I do think that Burmy also works. I think we can have both. Yeah, if it wasn't for the, I mean, the theme of my region. I mean, every region has a theme. You don't actually have to. It's not strictly animals found in this location, Because if it was, then Giraffaric will never appear ever again, unless we do an Africa region, Unless we get an Africa-based region. It doesn't help because you can't. Yeah, I think we should. Even though, like, yeah, two bagworm Pokemon. So, hello, we've got a new viewer. I'm going to explain what we're doing. KELOT is based on Wales. What Pokemon would return? It's not just got the theme of, it's got to be Welsh. There's also themes in KELOT of, mythology. That's a bit of a... It's a relatively loose... I mean, I think it's definitely there. And there's definitely a lot of, Welsh myth mon that I'm making for the region. But also, artsy. Art stuff. Artisanal stuff like actors or painters or dancers, that sort of thing. So that is why, for example, I think not only are pine cones found in Wales, right? But Pineco is a bagworm, so it's dressing up, but also fortress. Well, it's a fortress, Dunsparce. It is based on mythology. It might be funny to include. Both are different enough for me, and you were saying about Moth earlier. That wasn't the Moth I was on about. I was on about Jacatera. Jacatera is definitely going in. Yeah, I don't think we'll include Venomoth, because I don't think we need all three, but especially because Volcarona is also a moth. Frosmoth's also a moth. We don't need every moth Pokemon in the region, and I get that, but, all of them have good reason, and it feels like, we have too many moths, so maybe not Venomoth. So Dunsparce. Are we saying yes to Dunsparce? Because it's a bit mythologically focused as well, so... Someone mentioned Scorpionfly for Gligar. I'll look up. Scorpionfly is found in Wales. For the record, if we include Dunsparce, that means we're including the Dunsparce, but you probably already knew that. I'm not against the Dunsparce. I like the Dunsparce. I like it a lot. Scorpion flies are found in Wales. I'm tempted just to put Gligar in because it fits, to be honest. It, ecologically speaking. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Steelix. I forgot where we put Onyx. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna have a look. Because I did save the image. I put Onyx in a question mark. I'm not opposed to Steelix. But, yeah. I'm going to say yes to Snubble. It's a fey creature. It's a dog, It's also on my cheat sheet. For those who are new, my cheat sheet is basically Mon found in areas in the official Pokemon series that I feel like would fit in a sort of Welsh-inspired region. You know, I think that could work. Yeah. Quillfish, also mentioned, you know. I think that can work. And also, of course, there's like the whole thing with Overquill, that sort of thing. I'm going to put Caesar maybe in the DLC because that's where I put Scyther. You know. People aren't... The people who weren't fans of the Dunsparce were never real fans of Dunsparce to begin with. I think that is... It's a hot take. I don't disagree with it, though. Yeah, Gligar... I mean, Gligar serves. It serves, doesn't it? You know, it, you know. Onyx, yeah, Onyx. I put Onyx in question mark. Yeah, so Steelix is in as well. So Shuckle. I think I'm leaning towards yes for Shuckle because it makes drinks. You can be artistic. Barista. Shuckle is the Pokemon barista. So I think Shuckle should be in. You know? This is my reasoning. Heracross for ecological reasons, of course. Sneasel makes sense. Teddy Ursa and Ursa Ring. I'm not... No. Like, Wales doesn't really have bears. So we've got to think, do these bears thematically relate? I don't think... About, It kind of depends. Is Wales really known for peat? As in the material peat. Because Ursaring evolves via the peat block. It's not really known for peat, is it? How have we not gotten an evolution for Shuckle called Shuckaldrin? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not planning to make a Shuckle evolution. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I like you. No. I'm putting my cargo in and you're not gonna argue with me. Swinub. Swinub. So. Swinub. I don't know. I think it's one we can afford to cut, to be honest. My head wasn't thinking mixology. Yeah, it's like... Shuckle feels like it makes sense to me. Feel free to disagree, but it makes sense to me, so... I think we should have Shuckle in here. Bears can sit out, but can... I've already forgotten what's next again. Can Swine... I mean, there's pigs, but there's other pig Pokemon. And by other pig Pokemon, I mean the Chonk, which, not gonna lie, I think the Chonk fits better. It fits a lot better to me. I'm not... Because, like, it's vaguely based on mammoths, but mammoths aren't mythological, they're just old. So, I don't... Yeah... You say we've got plenty of pig Pokemon. Actually, no, I am introducing a pig Pokemon in KELOT as well. Yeah, we can sit this one out. We can have this one sit out. You know, yeah. Corsola is on the cheat sheet. I'm afraid. It'll probably be a rare spawn. Rare spawn? Rare spawn. I don't know whether or not to make it Galarian Corsola or not. Remoraid and Octillery. Again. Delibird. Okay, Delibird is one we discuss. Don't know about Delibird, guys. If we don't include Delibird, then we can't include Boogabird from Cronio. Just putting that out there. I gave it an evolution in Cronio. The evolution's somewhat based on mythology, actually. So maybe. I think I'm going to put in question mark. I think I'm going to put in question mark, yeah. Although if anyone sways my opinion one way or another, then sure. I'd only really be swayed to put it in rather than put it in not. Because, legit, I think what I did in Cronio affects this chances, you know. Mantine. Yeah. Skarmory. Now. Knives. Knives. You can make weaponry with it. Arts and crafts. And also, it's based on a crane, right? You know, but it's like, you know, the idea originates from a paper crane. So I think Skarmory could work, to be honest. I think Skarmory could work. I do have... I can quickfire the next few after Skarmory. But, yeah. I'm feeling yes about Skarmory. Also feeling yes about these two. I think they work out. I think they're chill. Kingdra, Dragon. Fampi and Donphan. I'm saying yes because of those elephant bones found under a pub or something like that. I saw some people comment on that on my first video. So, yeah, I think, yeah, we can do that. Porygon 2, yes, because Porygon, also game designing, yeah. Okay, right. Stantler. Okay. I think Stantler might be the last, or at least one of the last ones that really need discussing. I'm gonna need your help, guys. Stantler and Weirdeer. Thoughts? I think Weirdeer could work. I'm getting vibes from Weirdeer, so that means maybe Stantler, or maybe I could save it for DLC. If I put in question mark, I'm gonna put in the DLC column or row. I used column incorrectly. I do apologize. I'm just checking my socials. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm very... I'm torn on Stantler. I might put Stantler in question mark, but that could graduate to maybe in DLC. Yeah, because like there are deer, but like I could pick other deer. You know, I could pick the deerling line. You know. I might also put the deerling line in question mark as well, and then be like, oh, I might as well pick one. I think I'll put it in question mark. I really don't know what to do with it, but I can think about it. look, Smeargle was an obvious pick. Like, when I said art, you probably thought Smeargle. Also, Tyroglide, because Hitmontop is literally the only reason. I don't like Hitmontop as a Pokemon. I don't. I'm not a fan of it at all. But it fits in KELOT, so yeah. I have no prejudice against it, but I do have prejudice against the Smoochum line. So, yeah. I'm not prejudiced against Hitmontop in terms of its concept. If you like Hitmontop, I think yeah, good. Also, Elekid and Magby, I mean, I already put their evolutions in yes. Miltank, I already put Tauros in there. Blissey, question mark, because, yeah. Part of me thinks we should include Tyranitar. Part of me thinks, because it's Godzilla, right? That feels right. Godzilla has nothing to do with Wales, but it's a movie star. And not only is it a movie star, it's also just this creature of, like, mythic stature. That feels like it fits the theme, right? Oh, I don't see what... Why didn't they include the legendaries? That's weird. The legendaries and Celebi would have gone in maybe in the DLC anyway. That's it. Like, all the legendaries and mythicals will always go in that, as will the Ultra Beasts and Paradox Pokemon. Yeah, that's as will all the starters and fossils, excluding the Kanto starters. But yeah, isn't Baxcalibur based on Godzilla more than Tyranitar low? They are both based on Godzilla. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're both based on Godzilla a lot. Like, Baxcalibur might be a more accurate portrayal of Godzilla. But the thing is, Tyranitar is still based on Godzilla. That's it, yeah. Because the thing is about Tyranitar is that there are multiple Mecha Tyranitars based on Mecha Godzilla. So if the Mecha version of Tyranitar is based on Godzilla, it must therefore mean the non-Mecha Tyranitar is based on the non-Mecha Godzilla. So I'm going to say both should be in. And we've got Johto complete. This tier list did not have the legendaries, but there's not really anything I can do about that. I'll download this image now. Did it download? Has it downloaded properly? Hold on. That didn't save. Download image. It's saved now. Huzzah. Right, Hoenn time, baby. Let's just do it in order. Let's just do it in order. That is not what I was meant to do. All Pokemon forms Hoenn edition. I see. Is there a nicer looking tier list? If not, I can just use that. Hoenn Pokemon. This looks nice. Oh, and beautiful. It's got everything. I don't need to do the cast forms, because if there's one cast form, it's all cast forms, right? We're in agreement with that. A lot of Poketubers think Hoenn is the best region. I'm not one of them. I didn't grow up with Hoenn. It's my second favorite region, though, because they've got a point. It is really good. I love Hoenn. Yeah. Hoenn is my jam. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this to... No. Well... I mean, I can delete this row. I'll change this row to the watermark row. We don't really need it. I'll just make this pink and call it DLC. Maybe for DLC. I can delete this one as well. And this can be in KELOT. I can just add this to be question mark, and then this as not in KELOT. Okay. Snowrunt would likely fit. Yeah, yokai. I probably will put Snowrunt in, but let's do it in order. Starters. As I said, every starter will be put in maybe for DLC, other than the Kanto ones, because they will be in the post-game. If you know about the Fabled Forms, that's the gimmick that I'm introducing. The Kanto starters and Raichu will get it. So that's why they're in for sure. Now, Poochyena. I don't know about Poochyena or Zigzagoon or Wurmple, to be honest. I'll let you all talk amongst yourselves about that. I need to get a drink. I'm thirsty again. So, I'll be right back. Discuss just that first row. RB. Right. I don't see any discussion. Right. I sense there's gonna be some question marks. A lot of them, to begin with. Yeah. I'm just gonna put these here for now. Like, all of these. No, I'm going to put the Zigzagoon line. Could be the Galarian versions, I don't know. But line work is very important. Also, I like Zigzagoon. I can be convinced on the Wurmple line. Attack or defend at your leisure about those ones. I might have to just carry on. Because I just don't know with these. I think the Lotad line should. Because they're dancers, it's mythology. Come on, that is... If it balances out multiple of the main themes of KELOT, yeah, that is a KELOTmon. So, yeah. And I think the C dot line also applies, because Shiftry looks like it's you know, nice and dancy, you know, and it's a seed, you know. Yeah. I feel like Wurmple might be in the same spot as Venomoth, since Dustox is a moth and not all moth Pokemon are being included. Yeah. They're not. That's... Like, some are... I'm not against multiple, but it's like... Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of others. Thing is with Dustox, right? I mean, there was a Dustox themed bow that Clara wore, but like it wasn't in Sword and Shield, so yeah. Okay, see ya, Joey. Hopefully I'm still going by then. Hoenn. I don't see Wurmple in my cheat sheet, but do you know what I do see? The next 4 Pokemon. Swallow, Tailo, Wingull, Pelipper. I don't think these are controversial. And neither is the Ralts line. I think that's fine. Surskit might be a bit controversial, though. I don't know. Yeah, clothing means nothing. Same thing happened to Honedge and Pelday's DLC. Yeah, I mean, but it means something in KELOT, and I don't know. I don't know about that. Surskit and Masquerain. I want to say no. I want to say no. I'm still going to leave Wurmple in question mark, because I think there's an argument for and an argument against. Poochyena, I sense there is no argument either way. I'm probably just going to leave it. Maybe it will end up being a no. Take or leave Surskit. I feel like Masquerain, because its name is Masquerade, or it's got. I might put it in question mark. We'll see. Is Slacking based on King Kong? Like, if it is, then sure, I'll include it. But, like, because I was originally just going to put no, because I didn't see any reasoning for it. But if it is based on King Kong, I'll look it up just now, actually. But I'm looking up Masquerain first. Right, what's Masquerain based on? It seems to be based on semi-aquatic insects. It skates across the water and physicating, dancing. It's named after Masquerain, and Dragonfly. Oh, to be honest, no, it's I think I'm gonna include it. Shroomish. Breloom. I like Breloom a lot. I like it a lot, but like, is it the right fit? It do be wearing a hat. I will say. I don't know. I think Breloom is in a question mark situation, I think. I'm going to look up slacking now, see what that's based on. Based on the... just a cursory look on Bulbapedia is what I'm doing with that. I'm not doing major ultimate research. I'm not Loxton, so, you know. Slacking potentially alludes to King Kong. It doesn't feel like it's based on King Kong. It's just the name, the word king in its name might allude to King Kong, but I think it's a pun on the term slacking. But also, it's the king of slacking, you know? And that doesn't necessarily feel like it fits in with the themes. Right. You two, question mark, and you three, no. Okay. I keep going on to Discord when I'm supposed to be going on to not Discord. I'm supposed to be going back to OBS. Ninkada. Part of me kind of wants to include it simply because of Shedinja. Because it's shed skin, it's a hollow husk. It kind of feels like performance art in a weird way, or it kind of feels like, you know, a statue or clothing, you know? It's a very loose evoking of the theme, but I feel like it might be strong enough. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? There will be a bug ground line. I mean, there is a bug ground type outside of this line. It's one of Wormadam's forms. And I did introduce a couple bug ground types in Chronia, but they didn't fully evolve into that. There will be one in KELOT, though. Because I have a cool idea. I'm going to lean into yes with Ninkada, Ninjask, and Shijinja. I feel like there's enough there. Also, come on. If music. Come on. I'm including them. I'm including the Whismer line. It makes sense too. I'm just double checking I'm not missing anything from my list. Don't think so. So, Hariyama. Yeah, sumo wrestling's a bit of a performance art kind of thing. I'm gonna put you here because that's where I put Maril. I'm gonna put Nose Pass here because we're getting into cheat sheet territory. But now Skitty. Oh yeah, I kind of forget Wormadam has that type in that form. If I recall correctly, Wormadam's forms didn't gain those typings until Platinum. I don't think that's true. I think they've always had those forms, I'm pretty sure, right? Or no, they've always had those forms. I'm pretty sure they always had those types, is what I meant to say. Okay, I know Skitty's vaguely based on cat toys, and I know Delcatty. Not gonna lie, I feel like Delcatty feels like something where they tried it and then Perugly kind of felt like it was a much more interesting way of exploring that idea. Really don't know about Skitty. Not gonna lie. Not sure how I feel about it. I'm also looking up the Wormadam fact, by the way. I don't see anything saying that they didn't have those types. So, yeah. Skitty and Delcat, I don't know. Don't really... I'm not vibing with them, to be honest. They don't feel like the right... We've got plenty of normal types. That's not what I'm concerned about. But, like... I'm going to say no. But Sableye Mawile? Yeah. Aron. I like Aron a lot. I like Laron a lot. I like Aggron a lot. Yeah, it looks like you... Yeah, I do think you mixed it up with Rotom. Because that definitely happened with Rotom. Aron... I might put in maybe, to be honest. Because, like... Aggron's just a kaiju, really. Yeah, I think... There's nothing really that screams Wales about Aggron, and it is just a kaiju. I'm not against it. The vibe feels like... Although I feel like I may be biased for Skitty and Delcat. Do you know what? I'm going to put Skitty and Delcat in, maybe. I'll think about it some more. Probably not. I think Meditite and Medicham should, because, like, I think it's fighting type because, you know, it's dancing about. It's using dancing type, you know, moves. Oh, okay, there's 4 views. I actually can't see the viewer count. So, feel free to comment, viewers. Electrike and Manetric, I'm going to put in yes, cheat sheet in it. Plusle and Minun, they are cheerleaders, and they do work together. I feel like I should add Plusle and Minun. I feel like I should add Plusle and Minun. Yeah, I'll add Plusle and Minun. Wait, no, that's not the right thing. Plusle and Minun. Volbeat and, like, Illumise, they work too. They work too. And now I've got the question of Roselia. What do I do about Roselia? Is that really... Does it fit? Does Roselia fit? Because Roserade, like, Masquerain and Roserade both have Masquerade in their name, but Roserade... Yeah, I think I am going to include Roselia. Not sure about Swalot and Gulpin. Don't know about that. Really don't know about it. They were in Cronio. They would be in the Cronio DEX because they're stomachs and, you know, haggis and all that. But, like, I don't think that applies here. To be honest. I think... I don't get the vibe. I really don't. And I'm not even really questioning it. Let's go with my gut and throw these guts in this tier. Don't question Carvana and Sharpedo. Don't. Um. I did put Whalmer down. So yes, Whalelord will be in the Wales region. Yeah. I don't feel Nummel, to be honest. I don't feel it. I like the song Numb by Linkin Park, but Nummel doesn't. No, it doesn't suit what it suits Hoenn very well. I love Nummel. I love that line. I don't know. Torkoal's a different story. I don't know. Torkoal. Smoke. Smoke has a bit of art to it, right? Although I will have a smoke-themed mon in the region, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it means for Cicodle. We'll figure it out. Legit, Cicodle could just not be in it. It's a possibility. I don't know if we'll get to Cicodle. I forget how long this thing takes to do. Torkoal. I'm gonna put Torkoal in question mark because I feel like I can justify it, but I don't know if I should have it. So there we go. Spoink and Crumpig, I think, yeah. We don't need to have every pig Pokemon, but I think, yeah, they're gonna be in it. Look, it's got a different pattern on its face every time. It's unique. It's creative. You know, it's like, oh no, its face looks like a canvas to me. I'm adding Flygon because I'm adding Flygon. I don't think we need Cactusmon. I could chuck one in there. Oh no, actually, Maractus would be really good. Maractus would be a good fit, but I don't think we need these guys. But dragons, yes, dragons, yes. Are there tortoises in Wales? Not really, but I don't think, or at least I don't think there would be native wild to it. But I was more so thinking of Torkoal in the sense that it was producing smoke. So if it thematically works, it can exist in the region. It's a fantasy world. So Zangoose and Seviper, gotta add them. I want to add them. Solrock and Lunatone is a thing. I don't know. I don't know if I should add Solrock and Lunatone. Yeah, I've got other Sun and Moon themed Pokemon. I don't need them. It's not a major aspect. I do like them though. I like their designs a lot, but I don't think I need to add them. Gut feeling, no. Barboach and Wishcash, I don't know. I have no clue. It's got a W on its head. W for Wales. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Really don't know. That's a quandary. We've got another catfishmon tied to the dragon. Yes, we do. Yeah, no. I agree with your reasoning. I agree with your reasoning. Now, Corefish and Crawdont. They could. I think they could. There is quite a lot of theme overlap with Corsair, of course, but they look completely different, so I think it's fine. They've got the same type, but Manetric and Boltund can appear in the same region, so I don't see why this can't. Just checking my Instagram stories. I'm gonna put them in question mark because I don't know. I don't know if it's too much of an overlap or if that overlap matters. But if, you know, it can work, but I just don't know. I think Boltoy and Claydol, I mean, they're made of clay. It's clay sculpting. I like that. Fossils go in here. Feebas and Milotic go in, they will be in for similar reasons to Magikarp. And I don't know how much fish I should include. I mean, I think fish are fine to include, right? But, I don't know, we'll see. I think I will put Castform in question mark. Because I get the feeling I should include it, but I don't know if that's, like, guarantee. Like, you know. Kecleon changes color. Yeah, Kecleon is very KELOT core, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna include it. Shuppet and Bayonet, just like plushie manufacturers, you know, that sort of thing. It feels right. It feels right. It's a toy manufacturer, it's a creation, you know, and it's also, you know, like a yokai. You know, it works. I feel like it's very KELOT core as well. Okay, Duskull. I think maybe. One could argue that it's wrapped up like a mummy and also a Cyclops, a mythological creature. So I'll put it in maybe. I'm going to say yes to Tropius. And Chimecho. And Absol. Why not's also already going in the yes column. Because Wobbuffet is. Also, Snorunt. I already agreed, yes. Glalie. Because Glalie was on my cheat sheet already, but Snorunt also fits. And also it's wearing clothes. And also, you know, mythology. I love it. Spheal. I know I said Spheal is going to be in KELOT. It's probably because it's a variant. That's all I'm going to say. That's why it's going in maybe, because that's where I've been putting all of the variants. I'll let you figure out. You know? It will... yeah. I think you'll like what I'm going to do with Sfeel. Clam Pearl is also on my cheat sheet already. So, Huntail Gorbis. You know, it's expression. That's cool. Relicanth is a map. Cartography. I think I'll include it. Love Disc. I'm including it. Oh, and we've got some dragon types. Gotta include the dragon types. If my mods disagree with that and really convince me, I might listen. I might not. I'm gonna put all the Reggies in the... or not just all the Reggies, but all of the legendaries and mythicals in maybe for DLC. That leaves Beldum, Metang, and Metagross. That is the final. That is the final mon from Hoenn. I'm unsure, but I'm gonna end up putting all the other pseudo legendaries in, so this would feel left out, right? So should I just put them in? Because why not? I think so. It would feel wrong not to, I think. So I'm gonna do that. I get the feeling I can be a bit more conservative with some of the others. Some of the other regions. I don't know. We'll see. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. We're moving on to Sinnoh. Let's find a tier list for that. So you have something to look at. Yeah, this is good. Gonna get rid of this row. Change this row. Get rid of this row. Okay. Change this row. And then just change these rows in KELOT. Question mark. Not in KELOT. Okay. As I've just said, or as I say with all of them, starters are going in here. I've got an easy one. Starly, yes. It's on my cheat sheet. Bidoof, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know about Bidoof. I need to go to the toilet, so I'll let y'all think about Bidoof and also Shinx. I know I'm going to put all the others that are currently on screen, so think about Bidoof and Shinx. I'll be right back. I have returned. Okay, so hi Sylv. The KELOT's theme is Wales, mythology, and the arts. I really don't know about Bidoof. Not gonna lie, Bidoof perplexes me on a good day. Beavers create. That's all I've got. Are there beavers in Wales? I'm gonna have a look, because if so, I'll just be like, sure. Oh, I'm out of breath a bit. Just ran up the stairs to get back to my room and record. Oh, I say record. I'm live streaming. Yeah, it's KELOT is based on Wales. But the overall themes are also mythology and the arts. Do you know what? That I'm kind of scared that I'm just going to be putting all these Cinnamon in here, because I think all of these have good reason. Yeah, there are beavers in Wales, they create. Cricketune, music. Shinx, kind of based on like mythology to do with how lynxes can see through objects, and also X-rays are used in hospitals. NHS. Roserade we've already justified. But these ones, goodbye. You are a DLC locked, I'm afraid. I'm going to include the 3 Burmese Wormdam forms together, and they are a yes. And therefore Mothim is as well, because they dress up. Okay, now I'm not sure about Combee. You could argue it's based on a creation. Because it's based on a honeycomb. I don't know. Cause I don't really want to include every single Cinnamon here. Because I very easily could. Well, I tell you what is safe DLC. All of the legendaries. I'll at least put them in while I'm still trying to think about Combee. I don't know. I might put Combee in question mark and see where I'm at, to be honest. Sinnoh has a lot of legendaries and mythicals. And I'm also going to put all these Burmese at the bottom, because you don't need this many. We don't need this many Burmese. I'm going to put Rotom here. But yeah, I'm going to put all the Burmese at the bottom. I'm also gonna put the individual Shelloses and Gastrodons there. And I'd rather pick the other Cherim. Okay. Right, so Combee. I'm just gonna put in question mark, I think. Because I don't think any of us have a strong idea on if they should. Pachirisu? Yeah. Why not? Weasel? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. They're flotation devices. Or at least somewhat based on them. I don't know. I'll need to look up. They're in Wales, but I don't think there's any specific Welshness about them. Maybe. I'll put them in maybe. Unless anyone has any objection. Cherubi and Cherim. I don't know. Something I do know, Ambipom. No, we're not putting Ambipom in. That does not help. I'll put these in maybe. Again, yeah. I know I'll keep putting them in maybe. Shallow Castrodon, yeah. Don't question me here. Same thing with Drifloon, Drifblim. I think Baneri and Lopunny, because of what they're based on and the themes of KELOT. Unfortunately, that kind of means... I say unfortunately. It's unfortunate that the themes... It has those themes. Arguably, it's unfortunate. But they line up with KELOT quite well. And also you find rabbits in Wales, so I'm not too fussed. We've already put their pre-evolutions in. And I think, Perugly, it's all about looks. Glamour looks. Do you know what? It feels KELOT-y. Chinkling, it's a bell. Bells make music. Stunky and Skuntank. It farts, it makes music. Mythology is good here. And I'm just going to put the baby Pokemon in the categories that they are in. Chatot. Music. Music themed. Brilliant. Runes. Yeah, Spiritomb makes sense. Oh, I'm putting a lot of Sinnoh Pokemon in. It makes sense because Sinnoh's themes and KELOT's themes are quite similar. Right now, I can just vibe check the rest of this and be okay. Lucario debuted in a movie, so that works. Hippopotas and Hippowdon, I've got ideas for. Skorupi and Drapion, I don't think. No. Yeah. And the reason why I'm going to say no to them is because I do have a Scorpion-themed Mon in KELOT, and I don't think I need another. And I'm putting too many Sinnoh Pokemon in as is, so if there's a good reason to cut it off, I will. Okay. Where are we at? Krogunk and Toxicroak. I think I do have to put you in question mark, because I really don't know. Maybe. One could argue you should be in because of something I'm going to do, but I don't know. Carnivine, no, I don't think we need a Venus Flytrap. Finneon and Lumineon are just very pretty. I'd consider it. Mantike is going to be in. Snover and Abomasnow are going to be in. Okay. Used up all my cheat sheet. So... And it's a bunch of cross-gen evolutions, so I'll just put them in based on where they went. I don't know where I put Tangela. Put Tangela in, no. So Tangrowth also in, no. These two are in. Togekiss is in. Yanmega is in. The Evolutions are in. Gliscor is in. Mamoswine is out. Porygon Z is in. Gallade is in. Probopass is in. Dusknoir is a maybe. Frostlass is in. And Rotom, I'll say, is in. That was quick. Okay. I'm getting a bit tired, and I'm probably going to head to bed in about half an hour. Maybe. Might stay up a little later, I don't know. But I think I'll call it. So, thank you all for tuning in. It's been lovely speaking with you all. And I'll continue this tomorrow night. I'll make this a daily thing. And yeah. We'll start with Unova tomorrow. And then we'll see how far we get. The DEXs become shorter after that point on. And hopefully I can get to Cronio as well. So, yeah, I think this was productive. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll head away now. But take care. By the way, before I go, just a reminder, tomorrow is when I'm going to be streaming. I don't know when. It'll either be at 8 or half 8, depending, UK time. 8 or half 8, depending on just when I'm able to start. In the evening, by the way. UK evening time. So that's about an hour-ish after I started today. But that's because I have work tomorrow and I live out of town. That'll be after I've done all my things that I need to do, like eat and have a shower. Because I shower in the evenings because it's more convenient for me right now. I prefer morning showers, but nah. That's when I'll be ready. So hopefully we can squeeze in everything. But yes, I'm looking forward to it. See you guys then.